Like, I can't even make this up. As we're walking up, I don't think he realizes that we're actually on our way there. The door's open, and we hear somebody in his camp say, I don't know who it was. I don't think it was him. We hear somebody in his camp go, a standard fight benefits him because we're not going to be able to deal with his wrestling for the first 2 rounds.
Oh, so they're trying to drag you into deep waters, exhaust you out.
Yeah, which I had figured that anyway.
Yeah.
But then they just gave us confirmation. Mike heard them say that. Jeff heard them say that. And Kirk, we all heard them say that as we're walking up. So I was like, okay, yeah, they just gave away why they want the 5-round fight no matter what.
It's a valid strategy.
Yeah, definitely valid strategy. And honestly, I still almost did it. But it was one of those situations where my manager was like, look, we trained for 3. We got hurt. We got asked to pull out by the doctor. You showed up anyway. You know, we came for a 3-round fight. If they don't want a standard fight and they have openly and obviously admitted that they need an advantage to beat you, we not taking this fight.
Yeah.
So we argued, back and forth. And they were like, how about 4 rounds? Or how about 4 4-minute rounds? And I'm like, 4 4-minute rounds?
That's silly.
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
That's 16 minutes. That's 1 more minute than a 3 5-minute fight.
But,
But they were trying to play the win of round by round.
Here's what was funny. His coach said 4 4-minute rounds. Before I could even process the idea of a 4-round fight, literally a split second after his coach says, how about 4-minute rounds? The promoter turns to me and says, yeah, and if it's a draw, you guys can come back and fight for the title when you're healthy. And
so that's the game they're playing.
I was like, oh, okay, so basically if EJ's winning, we're going to say it's a draw.
Yeah.
And if he's losing, he just lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that don't make sense.
That's that hometown cooking, bro.
Yeah. So, and basically that's what it came down to. So I said, you know what, tell him to come out. I was like, I'm not talking to his coaches. I'm not talking to the promoter. I'm not talking to his managers. Me and him. So I brought him out. And everybody was, like, his whole camp was, like, kind of freaking out. They thought I was going to, like, do something. And I was like, nah, man to man, face to face, got in his face. I got in his face, all right? I was like, look, man, I drove 6.5 hours. I was like, your team and your management seen a doctor's note preferring that I don't show up. But I'm here asking you, do you want to fight? I'm in your face right now, man to man. Looking this dude in the eyes. Yeah. He's shaking. He's shaking. Yeah. I'm like, this. I can see, I'm like, this dude don't want to fight. Like, I was thinking, honestly, he didn't even want me to take the 5.
Oh, really?
I could tell. I was like, dude.
Should have just took the 5 and finished him in 1.
To be honest, I was about to do it. And then my management was like, don't do it. Because in my career, I've taken at least 2 fights where I was obviously set up.
Yeah.
And I felt I could win anyway.
Yeah.
And I left with a bad loss.
One of those in Canada, right?
That one and the one in South America.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, not finna do this again. Well, like I said, I was actually finna fight. I'm a fighter. I'm just ready to get in there and throw down.
Yeah.
And my manager's like, no, dude, you on a 5-fight win streak. You can't risk all the work you've put in over the last couple of years.
Yeah, man.
Like, coming to a halt because you finna be set up. So, basically, I get up and I tell everybody to come around the state, the commissioner, his team, my team, and I said, EJ Brooks is standing right here asking and being ready to fight a 3-round standard pro fight. Do you want to fight? His coach said 4 or 5. Once again, EJ Brooks is saying he wants to fight a standard pro fight, which is 3 5-minute rounds. Do you want to fight? His coach says, you heard what we said. So then I turned to his locker room and looked at the dude, and then he put his head down. I said, once again, and I said the dude's name. I'm not going to pump his name up. I said, do you want to fight EJ Brooks in a standard 3 5-minute round fight? He didn't say anything. His coach said, you heard what we said. I said, okay. If he don't want to fight, he don't want to fight. Then the referee, the guy who's supposed to be officiating our fight, gets in my face and says, a real fighter would fight any fight. Dude, before I could even react, Mike Rogers, my coach, dude jumped in and said, "Get the F out of my fighter's face." And this dude, literally, I think you need to check his pants. He might have shit
Probably
himself.
shit himself.
Dude.
Yeah. Mike's
Because
a scary man.
Mike's a big dude. And I'm not going to lie.
God.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I had a warm, fuzzy feeling. And I was like, man, this must be what my kids that I coach, feel like when I take up for them.
Yeah.
Like when a coach says something out the way and I got to check them, or if an
Yeah.
official makes a call and I go and defend them.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, Mike had my back.
Yeah.
Because it showed like everybody was against me. So then Mike was like, we're out. We're done. That was it. He made the final call because it was obvious the commission was against me.
Yeah.
And then the guy who's refereeing our fight just came and got in my face like I was doing.
Yeah.
So, like, you're probably bought off or something. So then that was it. So as we're walking off, I said, hey, if he changed his mind, I'll be upstairs because the arena was right next to the hotel. I was like, I'll be upstairs in my room. Just calm me down. I'll wrap my hands and get in there and do work. And
You don't even need hand wraps, really.
yeah, for real.
Well, at least you had, like, the team there to, well, one, just for the support because obviously, like, this hostile environment.
Yeah.
But as fighters, like, we don't have this thing in our mind where, like, we'll protect ourselves.
Right.
It's like, yeah, who, when, let's fight.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. So you need those people to be like, whoa, EJ, what are you doing, bro? Like, we can't do this fight. Like your manager said, you've already worked your ass off to get these 5 wins in a row, right? You've already taken these setup fights. Like, you've already had a battle back from all of this. Now, I know you're willing to fight right now. It's just not the move, dude. Like,
And I just don't see how dude can call himself a man. There's no way. There's no way a guy in my weight class
yeah.
can get in my face, even respectfully, like I did. I respectfully asked him, like, yo, man, you want to fight? And I say no. That's not even a situation that would happen. I would never openly admit, hey, I need some kind of advantage to beat you.